very excited to have her. This is her first time at Stand Up. She also runs Proxy Morons every Friday night over at the Bird and the Bloke. Please give it all for Kaitlyn Grissom!
Yeah. Thank you, guys. I don't know, dudes. I'm so excited to be here because I need new friends real bad. That's a newsflash about friend groups. You can't all be the crazy broke one. Everyone needs a place to crash. No one owns a sofa. It's a big mess. I kind of got myself into this whole, no Seinfeld's, all Kramer's type situation. I decided I need to hang out with different types of people. So my boss called me up, and he wanted to go out drinking at this place called the Chop Shop. And I should have known that it was a place where only rich people go because it's named after a place where only poor people go. So I get there. You're in a nice bar. And you're like, oh, this is great. And then you look at the prices on the beer menu and you just slow pan around the place like, no! No one else here has a backpack just for stolen toilet paper. This is terrible. And I'm shitty at making friends too. I'm a buzzkill at parties. I have this buzzkill vibe that I give off. I just have this vibe that says, hey, where's everybody going? I still got tons of opinions about gender roles that I would love to... No? Okay, is there a dog at this party? Cool. I'm gonna hang out with that dog exclusively now. That's my strategy. I just got back. I visited my family in Ohio. Did anybody else's dad convert their childhood bedroom into storage for all of the many guns? Holy shit. Holy shit. So many guns piled up in the bedroom that still had all the decorations from when I was 13. The most assault rifles ever piled under a poster of Carl Sagan, I think, probably. We have a sofa with a spring-loaded holster with a .45 in it from The Punisher. You guys know The Punisher. Frank Castle has a couch gun that if you're napping on the couch, you can punch it and roll off the couch and be locked and loaded, ready to go. You guys, this is really silly because we live in the middle of a desolate cornfield in central Ohio. So you know that my dad's too fat to roll off a couch. Ohio is a weird place. When I went home, my sister yelled at me for being a vegetarian, which I thought was super rude, because I'm not a vegetarian. I'm an Ohio vegetarian, which means that I had some vegetables once. That's how that works. I cooked myself up a plate of vegetables for lunch, or as my family calls them, obstacles. And my sister yelled at me. She was like, oh, you're fancy now. You're a fancy city vegetarian. I was like, okay, little sis, first of all, you're welcome for the fancy city weed. So glad to know that I'm still welcome in this household. And also, here's the thing. Guys, I'm really gonna defend vegetarians tonight. I did not come here to be relatable, so let's get into it. I think that if you think about it, vegetarians should not be considered pretentious, because really meat eating is the fanciest thing I can think of. I like a food that comes from finding, tracking, hunting, killing, skinning, butchering, transporting, smoking, curing, storing again, and then heating a living creature. But not enough to farm. Ew, right? I much more like it when somebody else does that part for me and they can feed it sharp little grains that cut it up inside, because I don't like to bite very hard. And I even more like it when they cut it up into little pieces that aren't so animal-shaped, because that makes me uncomfortable. Meanwhile, people that find things on the ground and put them in their face are pretentious. I don't know how that logic works. Besides, I'm like so concerned for my family's diet. It's legitimate. I was like, Dad, the food that you eat is not even food. Look at this. And I went to the cabinet. I pulled out a box of mac and cheese and I took out that little orange powder packet. I ripped it open and I was like, Dad, look at this. This is not food. Look at this powder. And you guys, it was full of guns. Oh my God, I don't know how he does it. Here's the thing, I think people hate vegetarians because they think they're preachy, like people don't want to be yelled at for what they're eating. And guys, it is really annoying when a vegetarian tells you that you're a bad person for eating meat. Like, both times that I have seen that happen, it was really annoying. You know how often I've seen a meat eater yell at a vegetarian for what they're eating? Every single time I've seen one eat. Every single time. They can't even lift a trembling fork full of kale to their precious little mouths before some asshole across the table goes, so is it like ethical or dietary? Let's have that. Which is a great question, because basically what it means is, are you fat or just a dick? They're just easy to make fun of, you know, because vegetarians are trying to do one little thing to make the world better. And if you do that, you're automatically fucked, right? Because you're a hypocrite. Because nobody has time to do all the good things. Like, oh, you're a vegetarian, but your shirt's from Target, made by slaves. You cancel out as a person. Go home. And I don't do all the good things. I don't do charity. I don't recycle, all right? But I'm trying to make the world better in my own little way. Every time I see a car double parked, I key the shit out of that shit because I care about America. It's hard. It's really hard to have principles. I used to have a lot of principles, guys. I used to not wear makeup because I had like feminist principles and stuff. And now, you know, you see me tarted up like a whore. In my like a common strumpet. In my special occasion shimmer chapstick. I'll tell you what happened. Waitressing happened, guys. I was at my waitressing shift at this place, and the bartender walks in and she says, "You look like the Walking Dead. Why don't you put on some lipstick?" And I was like, I don't wear makeup because I have deeply rooted feminist principles. And she was like, or you could be nicer to the customers. And I was like, what's my shade? You guys know makeup, right? You've seen the commercials, the maybe she's born with it. Just kidding, bitch, it's Maybelline. You've seen it. If any of you aren't up to speed, here's what makeup is. Sir, makeup is like a pasty shame goo that a woman can put on her face in order to make herself more, 10 minutes late to fucking everything. That's basically what that is. I have one last opinion on gender roles to share. My last opinion on gender roles, guys, I've been a carpenter for about 8 years now. I've been working all my life around big, beefy, sweaty, hairy dudes. And you know what offends me, you guys? As a woman, you know what offends me? Not a single person has nicknamed me the Stud Finder. It changes tonight. Thank you guys so much.
Kaitlyn, Grissom, everybody! Are you kidding me?